Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most lit shonen manga series out there that just got an anime, Hell's Paradise. Now before we get started, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now, without further ado, let's get it. Hell's Paradise was created by Yuji Keiku. The manga was first published in Weekly Shonen Jump Plus magazine on January 22nd, 2018 and ran until January 25th, 2021. The anime adaptation of Hell's Paradise was produced by MAPPA and first aired on April 1st, 2023 on TV Tokyo. Now, let's get into the story. Gabimaru, the elite ninja of Iwagakure, prepares to be executed for his crimes. However, the young man manages to somehow survive every single form of execution he is sentenced to and begins to question why he will not allow himself to die. While being locked up, Gabimaru is interviewed by a woman about his past. He tells her about his marriage to the village's chief daughter after proving himself worthy. However, Gabimaru says that he could not stand to be around her and asks for his chief's permission to leave her. Gabimaru is told that his request would come to pass if he completes a mission. Upon taking the mission, he is betrayed by his allies, who were ordered by their chief to have him arrested for planning to leave the village. Later, he is taken to his next execution and is once again met by the woman. However, Gabimaru finds out that she is actually a member of the Yamada clan, a clan of talented executioners, and reacts nervously. As Yamada Asamon Sagiri prepares to decapitate Gabimaru from behind, the shinobi reacts by dodging and continues to avoid her sword attacks in confusion as to why he's trying to live. Sagiri explains that she sees past his own deception in wanting to die, and concludes from her report that he desires to see his wife again. Gabimaru refuses to accept Sagiri's answers, stating that someone like him cannot live a normal life. Upon hearing this, Sagiri offers Gabimaru a chance to earn his wish if he were to complete a task assigned by the shogun, and in return, he will receive a pardon that exempts him from his crimes as well as protection. After being told of the details on how he would have to travel to a mystical island believed to be Shinsenkyo and retrieve the legendary elixir of life, Gabimaru burns the guards who attempted to detain him and accepts Sagiri's offer with his wife in mind. The two then travel to Edo, where Gabimaru will join up with the other recruited criminals and be filled in on the mission. After being gathered together with a group of death row criminals in Edo, Gabimaru and the other convicts are told by the shogun's retainers about the details of the mission and are ordered to start a massacre until only a few were available to leave for the island. During the killing spree, Gabimaru complains to the shogun's retainers about being forced to commit unnecessary murder and asks if there was another solution. Having been angered for not cooperating, one of the retainers orders a few criminals to kill Gabimaru. Seeing as how he had no other choice in the matter, Gabimaru kills the criminals and manages to become 1 out of the 10 that survived the massacre. He then departs to the island with Yamada Asamon Sagiri as his assigned Yamada Asamon monitor. Once they landed on the island, Gabimaru tells Sagiri of his leader's immortal body and how it connects to the elixir of life, but finds it hard to believe that it is on the island. Gabimaru then allows himself to be free from his restraints and starts to complain to Sagiri about the supplies he's been given. Sagiri draws her sword towards Gabimaru's neck and tells him to bind his hands, reminding him that she is not his ally on the mission. Gabimaru cooperates and dislocates his neck after seeing an oncoming attack by Warped Kyun, one of the 9 criminals the ninja is competing against. Kyun declares to Gabimaru that he will kill him and every criminal on the island so that he will be the one to find the elixir of life. After the Asamons stated that they would not interfere with the fights between their criminals, Gabimaru had no choice but to fight back. Though the monk was heavily armored, Gabimaru kills Kyun with his own weapons and sighs of boredom. With his criminal deceased, Kisho cuts off the head of Warp Kyun's corpse and prepares to make his leave, while also offering Sagiri a chance to return home by killing Gabimaru. Having heard enough from him, Gabimaru silences Kisho and told him that he did not care for what he had to say, since all that matters to him was returning to his wife. Gabimaru then becomes shocked after Kisho warns him that there might be a chance that Iwagakure will get involved in the mission. After the Asaemon makes his leave, Sagiri asks Gabimaru where he wanted to go next, but suddenly clashes swords with him. Sagiri demanded an answer for his actions, to which he responds by saying that he wanted to kill her painlessly. Having been warned by Kisho about Iwagakure's potential involvement, Gabimaru states to Sagiri that he had no time to waste on finding the elixir and needed to kill her since she is a hindrance. As the two clash, Gabimaru became confused as to why he was hesitating behind his attacks and begins to have memories of the time he learned what it meant to feel sentimentality from his wife. However, after remembering his chief's words, Gabimaru cuts Sagiri's sword in half and proceeds to attack. Gabimaru sees that Sagiri managed to block his sword attacks with her sheath, but tells her that it was pointless for her to continue on the defense, and apologizes for having no other choice but to take her life. After Sagiri mocks Gabimaru for his apology, since she believed that he is incapable of feeling sentiment, Gabimaru agrees, pins her down, and prepares to kill her with his sword as he embraces the fact that he is devoid of any emotions. However, having been influenced by his wife, Gabimaru stops in confusion and becomes frustrated, believing that he will not survive if he were to give in to his emotions and return to his wife's side again. Realizing his true colors, Sagiri disagrees with him on how embracing his emotions will make him weak, then tells him that it is true strength. She then becomes willing to overlook his actions and promises him that if he were to face his emotions while reclaiming his life, then she will support him throughout the journey. Finally, Gabimaru is told by Sagiri that he is no longer the man he once was before and allows his sword to be put back in its sheath. Later, Gabimaru is confronted by a mysterious monster resembling a fish and fights it after sensing that it was dangerous. Gabimaru becomes injured after the monster thrashes him around and decides that the best option for him and Sagiri is to flee. However, after the pair are surrounded by more monsters, Gabimaru sees that he has no choice but to fight back and focuses his mind on only killing the monsters. Gabimaru notices that Sagiri is in danger of being attacked by one of the monsters and subconsciously saves her, much to his surprise, but soon finds himself in grave peril after one of the monster's tentacles wraps around his head. However, Gabimaru is saved in the nick of time by Yamada Asaemon Genji and is approached by one of the participating criminals, Yuzuriya, a kunoichi he previously met at the gathering in Edo, along with her assigned Asaemon Yamada Asaemon Senta. Gabimaru thanks her for her help, but questions why she did so since they were competitors. Yuzuriya answers that she wishes to form an alliance with him until the elixir is found, but hears Gabimaru's refusal, saying that he does not trust her. Yuzuriya tells him that they did not have to trust each other as long as they could use each other until the end, and persuades him by saying that she could provide information on the insects on the island, such as the human-faced butterflies, after using Morimaki as bait. After hearing her out, Gabimaru agrees to team up with her and turns around to fight Sagiri unconscious. After Sagiri awoke, Gabimaru makes Kikatsugan from what he found on the island and tells them how he could not find the elixir of life based on the depiction he was given. He then tells them about the samurai in bloom and how they connect to the samurai that were first dispatched to the island. Upon hearing Senta presenting his findings on the statue's characteristics, along with Sagiri's explanation on how she took note of the monsters possessing zero signs of organs or genitalia, Gabimaru becomes excited to hear that this may be a clue to finding the elixir and how he has a chance to return home. By nightfall, Gabimaru takes watch for the night, while being monitored by Sagiri. Gabimaru asks Sagiri if she was recovering well after he had wounded her in the previous conflict, which shocks Sagiri, since she had not expected much concern from him. He also thanks her for helping him find the resolve to face any threats that were to come on the mission, and compliments her on how he viewed her as being strong. The next day, Gabimaru notices Sagiri about to be attacked by Rokuroda, and comes in to kick him away. Seeing as how escaping with everyone would be impossible, Gabimaru tells Sagiri to move elsewhere while he handles the fight. Gabimaru notices Yuzuriya watching on top of a tree and asks for her support. However, she refuses after reminding him of the roles they play in their alliance. As he starts to fight the giant, Gabimaru sees that no other techniques he has will be able to affect him, and realizes that the only way possible for him to find an opening is to fight alongside someone. Gabimaru then notices that Sagiri has returned, manages to cut off one of Rokurota's fingers and immediately asks for her assistance, which she also asks for his as well. Gabimaru comes up with the plan of using Sagiri to decapitate Rokurota's head, but is told by the Asamon that his neck is too high up for her to make the killing blow. He then suggests bringing Rokurota to his knees by cutting his legs. However, the two have trouble executing the strategy due to his rampaging attacks. After letting his guard down by Rokurota's loudly rumbling stomach, Gabimaru is slammed down by his palm and is left badly injured, while Sagiri defends him from Rokurota's next barrage of attacks. Seeing as how normal tactics were not working, Gabimaru comes up with another plan that he knows was a little dangerous. After setting himself on fire, Gabimaru launches a barrage of flaming ninjutsu attacks at Rokurota with the intention of having the giant deflect them towards the trees to catch on fire. Gabimaru relays his plan to Sagiri, telling her that he plans to suffocate him with the smoke coming from the burning trees. The plan ends up becoming a success as the two see Rokurota starting to fall to his knees. Sagiri gets close to him and prepares to behead him. However, Rokurota notices Sagiri and gets ready to attack. Gabimaru comes in to hold the giant's arm down and asks Sagiri to hurry in making her cut before he loses strength. After managing to defeat Rokurota, Gabimaru and Sagiri move away from the burning woods and catch up with Yuzuriya and Senta. The group is then shocked to see an abandoned village that is implied to be the residence of where the Sennin reside on the island. Gabimaru states that it did not matter who or what was living on the island, but whether or not they were their allies or enemies. And that concludes the island arc of Hell's Paradise. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and slap the bell notification icon so you never miss another update. Until next time, peace!